Hey guys, it's Jen. A lot of you know me as Kels. And today I want to talk about something that is a little bit crazy. It's very personal for me. It's a little embarrassing, but I really hope that it reaches even just one person. And you can see that these type of things do happen to everyday women as well. I think a lot of you may or may not have heard of illegal butt injections. Sometimes they're silicone. You've heard of a woman who probably had Fix-A-Flat or cement put in her butt. About 10 years ago, a lot of celebrities were getting it done, a lot of video vixens, a lot of entertainers, a lot of promoters. And I lived in Atlanta, and I knew a lot of women. A couple of my friends had personally had it done. And I became very interested, obviously being around a bunch of curvy women. My butt was fine. There was no problems with it. It was actually pretty curvy before. I just wanted a little extra, and the friends that I knew that had had it done really had no problems, and their butts looked great, and it was really cheap. So I went ahead and went and got it done as well. It had been about a year or two since my friends had had it done, and they had no problems, and so I went to one of the same women, and I knew that it wasn't the best idea, but it hadn't been out there in the media about how bad it had actually been. And I'd heard that it had been done in other countries with no problems, and that it was basically just adding filler, and all it does is plump you up a little bit. But now, here we are, 8 to 10 years later, and all of these women who had these things done are having major issues. Some of them have died. Some of them have lost their limbs. They've lost, they get headaches, they get sick, they get all kinds of infections in the area where they were injected. People have had it injected into their faces, their hips, their calves. This started mostly in the trans community, for a lot of men becoming women that wanted more curves, and it's just become such an epidemic with a lot of women having to get this stuff fixed. So here I am, 2 years after having my son, about 6 years after having this stupid injections done, and I have been having complications. I didn't have any complications really the first few years. Immediately I got very sick. Within 24 hours of the injections, I had a fever, I had darkness around the areas, I had obviously swelling, bruising. And those dark areas didn't go away for a while. I'd say like 6 months to a year. They actually just looked like bruises under the skin, but what I now know is that was fat necrosis, where it actually killed my fat cells. And I actually had a smaller butt after I got those stupid injections done, because it ate some of my natural fat, and I have an indent where those injections were placed and where it ate my natural fat. So I was looking about 6 months ago at just getting a fat transfer, which some of you may have heard, like a BBL. That's actually the correct way to get your butt done if you're going to get it bigger. And they take fat from all over your body and they put it in your butt and replace, anywhere that needs filled up. So what I was hoping is that I could just fill those spots back up where the silicone injections actually took my natural body fat, but it didn't end up being that simple. So now I have to have minimum of 2 surgeries. I actually just scheduled my first surgery. I found an amazing doctor in LA. His name's Kenneth Hughes, and you can find his videos on YouTube. His removal method is so much less invasive. He makes a small incision on each butt cheek. He's going to go in, dig around, find the spots, and actually cut the silicone out of my butt. So I will have slightly deflated and deformed, worse than I already do, butt cheeks. And trust me, I will share all pictures. I am open about this process. I feel really dumb. Obviously, you guys, I'm sure I'm going to get some hate on this video, these comments, this story. But I really just don't care anymore. I want people to know what happened from dumb decisions. When you're young and you're stupid and you're following trends and you just want to look cute like everybody else, there's certain things that you need to do the right way. Plastic surgery can be amazing. I think I'm all for plastic surgery. I'm all for anything you can do to make yourself feel better. As a woman or a man, we're human. Why not fix flaws if you can? But if you're going to do it, make sure you do it the right way and you go to a very well reviewed surgeon. You save up that money and you do it right. Don't do it for $700 in a hotel room or in the back of somebody's salon. This is your body and it will change over time. And now here I am paying literally 20 times as much as I paid to get the stuff done, to get it removed and reconstructed. So 2 surgeries, around 10 grand each, to fix the problems that this has caused me and could continue to change over time, could continue to eat away at my tissue and literally make holes, cause infections. It could even travel to people's lungs. It has, like I said, it's killed people. It's actually a pretty scary thing. So I do have my removal surgery scheduled for August 29th, and it's going to be a pretty quick and simple procedure. I'm really not nervous at all. I'm actually very excited to get some of these lumps removed, and then 3 to 6 months later I will be able to go back and get it filled back in a little bit and hopefully just return to where I was to begin with. Just think how much heartache this could have saved if I just wouldn't have done it in the first place, right? Well, you live and learn. And I just hope this story touches somebody. And like I said, I will share pictures later, before the injections if I can find some, after, anything I can find. I really want to share my story, and anyone who wants to listen, I am open to talking to, answering questions. If anyone's out there looking for removal surgery and they don't have anyone to talk to, I've done a lot of research. I've seen a few doctors, and a really good place to start if you're looking for any type of plastic surgery is realself.com. There's reviews of doctors, there's testimonials, you can search. So that is my little intro to this crazy life decision that I'm working on fixing right now, and I hope you enjoyed my little story, and I will update you more soon.